Behind the Shades.
When you decided to make that change in your life and you're saying that I want to focus on me, I
Yes.
want to basically reinvent myself. Was that a
hmm
difficult decision and a difficult journey for you to do?
Well, basically, I had been unhappy for years, but it wasn't to the extent where I was like, I really need to reorganize my life. For years and years, I thought, well, it's okay. I can suffer through it. It's fine. I'll just do what's necessary and focus on other people rather on what I want or I need. And then when COVID happened, my parents both passed away in 2018 and 2019. So it kind of, in a way, of course, it was very sad, but it was also a relief at the same time. Like, I no longer am accountable to anyone. There's no one telling me what to do or telling me how to live my life or what kind of person I'm supposed to be or how I'm supposed to raise my daughter or uh like the stereotypical conventions like, oh, you shouldn't get divorced and it's bad and you have to make it work and that kind of thing. So I felt like, yeah, I there's no one I need to be accountable to anymore except for me. So I was watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race at the time, and RuPaul is all about empowering women and men, and like, yeah, don't care about what other people say or what other people do. Just focus on yourself and whatever makes you happy. So I was listening a lot to that, and I thought, fuck it, you're right. It should be about me for a change. So I knew my husband was cheating on me. Um, but at the time, I thought, well, he's living his life. I'm living my life. He's not really bothering me. I don't really see him much. So it's fine as long as he pays the bills. And then when COVID happened, he was there all the time, driving me insane. So I just needed a reason to get rid of him. So one time he came home drunk and he forgot to lock his phone. So I went through his phone and I took photos of everything that was incriminating. And then the next morning when he woke up, I told him, I don't know where you're going to sleep tonight, but it's not going to be here. So good luck with everything. And see you around. Here's your crap and just take it and don't come back. So yeah, I mean, he was not used to seeing this side of me. So at first he was trying to push my boundaries and like, oh, I'm sure you're not serious. I'm sure you'll take me back. I'm sure this is not what you want. I'm sure you do not want to jeopardize our marriage because we've been together for 16 years, blah blah blah. And then I was like, yeah, it's been like tugging on a dead horse, how we say it in Dutch, for the past couple of years. And I'm done doing all the work. Everything I seem to try isn't working. I'm not happy. You apparently aren't happy either. So maybe it's the best thing for both of us if we just end it here. I'll go back home. At least I'm still at an age where I can start over again and I can start doing something for me and maybe find someone decent. And then you also can have the life that you want, and I'm no longer an impediment to whatever it is you want. So, yeah,
I
there's been some struggles, but I'm making work. So,
I know for many people when their relationship ends, they sometimes feel like there isn't someone else that can fill that void that this person has filled, right? Like you were
yes.
in a relationship for 16 years, and some people may say, do I really want to go back on the dating market because it's a free for all here, right? It's like it's a meat market out here when you're trying to date because you don't know the person's intentions. You have to get used to someone again. You have to build up that trust. And I know in my experience, when I was in between relationships, I always took time to understand, one, why it ended, and two, how the hell am I going to make it work better the next time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I
So,
feel, yeah, communication is probably key. So you need to talk about your needs, and the other person has to talk about their needs and their expectations, and you need to communicate your expectations. And early on, as soon as you start filling out your profile, I feel the best way forward is to be really clear about what type of person you are looking for, like what kind of relationship you're looking for. And when you start connecting with people and chatting with people, to re-emphasize this whole thing, like, this is who I am, this is what I'm looking for, does that resonate with you? If not, let's not waste each other's time. And try to meet people as quickly as possible, because chats will only give you so much. I mean, I've had amazing connections with people on chat, and then when you met them in real life, it just completely fell flat. So if you're chatting for 6 months or something, and then there's such a build up, and then you finally meet them, and it's like, okay, not what I was expecting, you know. So I prefer to just meet people quickly, get it over with, have a couple of drinks, and then see where it goes. Because especially on the first date, if you are at the starter and you already know, like, oh, this is not really going to work for me, and you have to sit there for another hour trying to hold up the conversation, it's not the best use of your time. So I feel a coffee date is not conducive to romance. So it's too business-like. Then you just go off the list, like, oh, okay, so what do you do for work? Where do you live? And those kind of questions. So that's too much job interview-like. But just a few drinks, that's perfect. Because then if you like someone, you can always meet up another time for dinner, rather than sitting there for hours and not knowing where you want to take this, or already knowing like this is not going to work. So yeah, drinks is best for the first date, because you can
well,
flirt, you can let go a little, and
I'll tell you something. For me, I definitely have a list. When I go on my first dates, I'm like, okay, does she look like her pictures? Does she
check.
speak the same way in her text messages? Because I'll tell you a story. There's one time I went on a date with someone, and within the second or third date, she comes to me. She says, Terrain, this is what I want. So I'm like, okay, it's second date. I'm feeling kind of good, right? Okay, what do you
Yeah.
want? I'm thinking something totally different, right? So she comes, she's like, Terrain, this is what I want. In 6 months, we will be married. In 9 months, I will have a kid. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my god, third date.
I'm like, what am I doing in less than a year? This is only the second date.